What if finding your next apartment didn't just cost you money, but it actually paid you? Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating real estate model that uses automation to turn one of life's most stressful experiences into a rewarding one. So, let's see how it works. First things first, we've got to set the scene. And honestly, for anyone who's tried to find a place to live recently, especially in a competitive market, this next part is going to sound very familiar. So let's take South Florida, for example. It's a beautiful place to live, no doubt, but finding a rental there, it can feel like an absolute battle. You're just endlessly scrolling through listings, making call after call, and it feels like you're just not getting anywhere. The pressure is just immense. And it's not just one thing, is it? It's this perfect storm of pain points. You've got these crazy high rents. You're competing with what feels like 100 other people for the same apartment. There's a mountain of paperwork for every single application. And wow, just finding an agent who will actually call you back can feel like a full-time job. Yeah, it's a frustrating process. But what if a company looked at all that and decided to tackle the problem from a totally different angle? Instead of adding to the cost and the stress, what if they offered a solution that puts money back into your pocket? So picture this. You're scrolling through Instagram and you see a post like this one from a brand called Florida Renter's Guide. It looks pretty standard, doesn't it? Nice property, the price is there, the details. It's made to blend right in. But there's something very, very different going on here. And here it is. This is the hook. This is the core of their entire offer. Renters who use their service can get up to $5,000. I'm not talking about a discount or some future credit. I mean actual cash back. The whole proposition is incredibly simple. You find an apartment with them, you sign the lease, and you get a check. And here's the most important part. It costs you, the renter, absolutely nothing. It really does sound almost too good to be true. Which, of course, brings us to the big question. If it's totally free for the renter, then who's paying for all this? Where's that cash actually coming from? Well, to answer that, we have to pull back the curtain. We need to look past the friendly consumer brand and see the powerful technology that's running this whole operation behind the scenes. Meet HomeLink. So while renters are seeing the Florida Renter's Guide, HomeLink is the business-to-business engine that makes that whole cashback offer possible. You could say it's the brains of the entire operation. So what is it exactly? Well, HomeLink is basically a custom-built software platform. Its entire job is to automatically reach out to hundreds and hundreds of properties and agents, and then manage all of those relationships, all without a person having to lift a finger. And this slide just perfectly shows you the two sides of the coin. On the left, you've got that simple, attractive ad a renter sees on social media. And on the right, you have the logo for the powerful, complex system that's connecting all the dots in the background. One really can't exist without the other. Okay, so how does this digital engine actually connect a renter with that cashback offer? Let's break down its core functions. It's actually pretty clever. The system is basically juggling three main jobs 24/7. First, it automatically emails apartment buildings to ask if they pay a commission for bringing them new tenants. Second, it contacts real estate agents and offers to promote their listings for free. And third, it handles the entire process for the renter, from their very first click all the way to the moment that cashback check gets sent out. So this is the crucial part, right? It's all about scale. A person might be able to send, a few dozen emails a day? This system can send thousands, follow up on all of them, and track every single response. It's doing the work of a huge team, but it's all just code. Okay, so we've seen the automation. Now let's connect it all the way back to our earlier question. How does this thing actually make money and fund those $5,000 checks? You see, it all comes down to a really standard practice in the industry. When a real estate brokerage brings a new tenant to an apartment complex, that complex pays the brokerage a referral commission. And usually, that's about 1 month's rent. This is the pool of money that funds the entire system. And the way they split that commission is really straightforward. As you can see right here, when that commission check comes in, it's just split right down the middle. 50% goes straight to the renter. That's their cashback rebate. The other 50% becomes revenue for the brokerage. It's a total win-win. Now, while those apartment referrals are the main driver, it's not the only way they make money. The system also earns standard commissions by referring buyers to other agents' listings. And looking down the road, the model is perfectly set up to eventually offer other services. Think mortgages or insurance to its growing database of clients. So let's zoom out and look at the big picture. When you combine a really compelling consumer offer with smart automation, you don't just have a business, you have a blueprint for some serious growth. And this idea of a flywheel really captures the magic of the business model. It's a cycle that just feeds itself. The cashback offer attracts renters, the automated system finds them a home and collects that commission, and then that commission funds the next renter's cashback offer. The more it spins, the faster it grows. And hey, this isn't just an idea on a whiteboard. The system is live and it's working. As you can see here, it's already imported over 1,000 listings, it's actively talking with almost 75 different apartment complexes, and it's building up its social media presence. The engine is definitely running. And that's where the long-term vision really kicks in. Every single renter who signs up becomes part of this super valuable database. I mean, these are people with a proven rental history and a known timeline for their next move. Down the road, when they're finally ready to buy a house, they are the absolute perfect audience for things like mortgage services or help from a buyer's agent. Which leads us with one final thought. In an industry that's famous for being kind of slow to change, this model really puts the consumer first with a clear financial benefit, and then uses technology to do all the heavy lifting. So you have to wonder, is this clever combination of automation and a powerful consumer incentive a blueprint for the future of real estate?